Today, the eyes of the education nation fall on a middle school in Shawnee and one very special teacher.
Lindsay Shively is live at Monticello Trails Middle School to explain. Good morning, Lindsay.
Hey, good morning, Curtis. Education Nation is exactly what this huge initiative is called. It's sponsored by NBC, and it's just a large conversation with the entire country, with state leaders, with federal leaders, with teachers themselves and students about what we are doing right in education, what needs to change, and who is doing those right things. And we have Keil Hileman here. He's a middle and high school history teacher here at this middle school and the high school across the street. So tell us, you brought one of your how many artifacts out of your classroom?
Well, we stopped counting about 8 years ago when we started getting boxes of coins and stamps. So the conservative estimate is a little over 20,000 teaching artifacts.
20,000 artifacts in his history classroom, which is why there's never a dull moment, even just looking around the room. So what'd you bring us out here today?
Well, the artifact I brought this time is a meteorite. It's from China. When it fell, it exploded, and there were so many pieces. It's an iron meteorite, so if you hold it, you'll feel how heavy she is. Yeah. They mined it for about 100 and 200 years before they realized that it was actually a different composite metal and realized it's a meteorite.
Wasn't quite from here?
No, exactly. It has a different composite. And that's a fun story, but this is one of my favorites. The Sahara Desert, in prehistoric times, a meteorite hit, melted the sand and made a dome of glass, like a pit. And over millions of years, it all broke apart in pieces, and the prehistoric people found it and said, ooh, this is pretty. What is this? They didn't know. They carved it and decorated with it. And so this little tiny piece, I'll try and light it up for you. They actually have one in the headpiece of King Tut, Tutankhamun's coffin.
The famous one.
Exactly, because they thought it was pretty and they didn't know what it was. So can you see your light up there?
Yes.
Yeah, these are
We've
fun
all already
stories.
seen this, whether we know it or not, right?
We have, and you know what? They didn't even know that it was formed by a meteorite. So secrets.
So cool. That's your history lesson for today in just a minute, right? So that's pretty amazing. This is why the kids are so captivated by Mr. Hileman as well. What do you think about this being nationally recognized, your classroom that you've just been doing for fun for these kids?
You know, a scientist, Oppenheimer, he worked on the atomic bomb. And when they were giving him credit for all the work these hundreds of people had done, he said, you know, if I saw a little farther, if I went a little farther, it was because I was standing on the shoulders of giants. Everything in my room did not happen just from one person, not just me. Students, community, businesses, parents, grandparents, everybody coming together to do something unique and special for children. And so I'm honored that everything we've created over 18, 19 years is something that we're going to hold up and say, this is an example of the way to do it. And that makes me proud.
That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us this morning. If you want to check out more of this, the Education Nation, there's going to be a live webcast. You can go to it by going to NBCActionNews.com, clicking on News, and then Education, and also catch this featured on NBC Nightly News with Brian Williams, too. We're live in Shawnee this morning. Lindsay Shively, NBC Action News Today.
Well, Lindsay, he just makes you wish you were a student again in his class.